Hey everyone, welcome back to another podcast with The Whole Truth. Today we're going to have a chat about Julia. So if you're unsure who that is, I'm sure you do know who it is. But if you don't know who it is actually Juliana Edwards' best friend, who is also a part of the It Works company with her. There's a lot of different opinions on Julia. A lot of people love her. Like, if you're on my page, you'll probably see the majority of people are, like, pro-Julia. They absolutely love her. And then other people are like, she is best friends with Juliana after all. Maybe she's, like, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Like, she seems to, like, play the Juliana game, Like, if Juliana blocks someone, she'll block that person as well. Except, though, when it comes to, like, It Works ex people. So, as you know, with It Works, there is a bit of a theme where if you were to leave It Works and you no longer want to be a part of it, they will, act like you're about to steal all their customers and they'll block them. And really, it's nothing to do with stealing customers. It's just the fact that they're pissed that one of their downlines has, like, fallen off the end, And that's really not to do with the downlines. That's more because they're not giving them enough support or whatever. Most of them just wake up to themselves because, as you know, like, It Works isn't really, like, a long-term sustainable thing. Like, you just have to keep working to keep adding those people on the front. We've all probably seen the Annie It Works and Annie MLM videos by now. But when I have spoken to people that have left It Works, most of them say, like, they had a massive falling out with Juliana, that she told everyone to block them and whatnot. But they say that Julia remained calm to them. Like, she reached out to them, was like, I understand. And so I think that's why people think that maybe Julia is such a better person than Juliana because she has more compassion, And of course, like, if you look at her, just the way she is with her daughter Salem, she is such a good mum. Like, we can't deny that she's a good mum. But, this week, people are kind of thinking maybe she's feeling a little bit insecure after having her baby. So I just want to go through some of the posts. I'm going to play them on my other phone. I hope you can hear them because I'm usually on my computer, but today is super hot and I have the aircon running and you wouldn't be able to hear it in the lounge room because of the aircon. So let me just play this clip from Julia.
No. I have never once seen someone's man posted and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to go follow her man. Just never. Ever, ever, ever. And you guys have sneaked your way into my man's Instagram and got this man feeling like a motherfucking celebrity. Post your man. I'm about to go to all y'all's pages and I'm gonna follow your man and your mother-in-law.
Right, so this was actually sent in and someone said Juliana must have deleted it, but she posted something on her story and tagged Nathan. So I'm assuming a bunch of people tried to follow him. I never realized how insecure Julia is, okay? Now, a lot of people that were in the comments were like, well, I'd be annoyed too, because, like, why are they following him? But you've got to remember as well, she is an influencer, okay? So most influencers are influencer couples, people follow both of them. It's not because they want to sleep with your man. Like, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but, like, Nate's not exactly, like, he's a good looking guy. I'm sure he's nice, but no one's really lining up to a guy that's, like, got 3 baby mamas. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like a super catcher or anything like that. So I think she's just being a little bit insecure. But in saying that, people have also played on that. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll get to that. So people, the way I look at it, they're Insta famous. She shares Nate on her story all the time. Of course, it's natural for people to want to, like, follow him. It's the same with, like, Crystal and Christian. Ivy, Atreyu, like, everyone, it's sort of the same thing. Like, Brad, no, because he's not allowed to have an Instagram. But I'll just read some of the comments under the post that this is on our Instagram page. Someone said she's becoming more like Juliana every single day. And someone else said, if she was secure, she wouldn't be publicly begging him to marry her. Now, you've got to remember as well, like, on this video, like, you're not seeing the video, but it is posted on the page if you want to take a look at it. I'm looking at a way to be able to, when we get to, like, to be able to have members on YouTube, I'll be able to, like, post these videos on, like, comments and stuff, and that way we can't have people reporting silly stuff and making fake claims, So the next one says, follow my man. I don't care. If it's something small that gives him the confidence boost he needs, then that's awesome. And you can see, like, when she's talking about this, she is triggered. Like, her face, she got this big smile on her face, but it's like, you know when you're really little and you're at the grocery store and, like, your mum grabs you underneath the arm and she's, like, pinching your arm because you're misbehaving, and she's like, if you don't, and she's got a big smile on her face, and she's like, if you don't behave yourself, I'm going to flog you when you get home. Like, big smile on her face. That's exactly what Julia is doing in this. Like, that's exactly what it looks like. And Nate is embarrassed. Like, he's obviously, like, this is how you get your partner to the point where he's probably not going to share that information with you next time because she's made such a big deal out of it. Like, if I was Nate, I'd be like, okay, next time that a girl does that, I'm probably just going to delete it. I'm not going to say nothing because I'm going to hear about this for weeks, like weeks. Anyway, so he's kind of embarrassed in it, you can tell. So next one says, like, a dude with 3 lots of child support is everyone's dream. Haha, we are nosy, which is far from wanting to take him home. Next one, her and Juliana are one and the same. Only difference is she's a wolf dressed in sheep's clothing. I never say 2 words to this girl, but I had beef with Juliana, so of course she said her piece and blocked me before I could answer. And then Julia blocked me too, and I've never even followed her. So that's kind of weird. Like, if someone's not following you, why would you just go out of your way to block? Like, it's like whenever someone upsets, and this is how it would go down. Someone would upset Juliana, she'd send the group chat and be like, this bitch, oh my God. And then they'd all be like, oh, okay, we'll go and we'll block her so she's not following us. It's weird. It's like a cult. Next one, Eek, say you're insecure without saying it. It couldn't be me. And then another comment, tell you're insecure without telling me you're insecure. Also, I never realized what a country bumpkin this girl was. I think she's kind of like Sierra though, because sometimes her accent really comes out and then other times it's not there. So I don't know if it's like extra put on sometimes. So next one is, so it's okay for men to follow her, but not females to follow him. Insecure much. And this is so true. Like, she's got all these followers. She's posting Nate. Of course they're interested in her and her family. Why wouldn't they follow him? I don't understand the problem. Next one, okay, maybe I'm insecure because it bothers me. Like, why follow my man too? Like, why? What for? What's the purpose of you following my mama Instagram when you have no relation to him? And then someone said, I don't think it's that different being rubbed the wrong way about girls sliding into your man's DMs is normal in my opinion. Now, no one was sliding into his DMs at this point. They were just following him. There was no one in his DMs, just following. Someone else said, couldn't be me, but to each their own, I guess. And then someone said more of a respect thing. Like, as a woman, I don't feel like anyone should be okay messaging someone else's significant other. So, I mean, he wasn't, from what I remember at this point, no one was messaging him. They were just following him, and she was pissed. Someone said, I can't be the only one who, after seeing this, requested to follow Nate just to drive her even more batshit. Someone wrote ill. And then she's the Ivy to Yuli's Sierra. She is outwardly a shithead that nobody likes, and the others try to hide her shitheadery but accidentally slip up every once in a while. But they're both shitheads. Okay. Now, at the end of it, this is what annoys me. At the end of it, she's like, I'm going to follow your man and I'm going to follow your mother-in-law. What the fuck? Okay. Right, so I just thought I might explain this before I go any further, because the clip that was sent to me didn't have the part of it, like, just previous to it, and I watched it, and she's kind of like doing the usual thing where they're chatting about cleaning and this and that, and then, you know, she's kind of like trying to involve him in it, and then he says, leave me alone for a minute, okay? And he's talking to her, and then because it's on the camera, he says, did they get that? Now, it had absolutely nothing to do with people following him, but she twisted it and brought it up again. And you know this because later on he says in this video, he's like, you know, just let it go already. Okay, so obviously he's not going to bring it up and be like, well, you know, tell your followers to leave me alone, because that's not what it was about. But she sort of like stares at him, and then he goes to say something and she totally cuts him off and starts going on about these people trying to follow him.
Did they get that? Is there a wrong little
one thing about them, they ain't gonna leave you alone. Cause when it comes to a man, they gonna follow him.
It's a new day, okay? Let it go.
So he says, it's a new day, okay? Let it go. And she's like, no.
Yeah, no, I'd be giving him the stink face too. Be like, what you want?
Now, Salem is super cute, but there's nothing I hate more than talking through your baby or your child for an argument. And she's like, yeah, I'd be giving him the stink face too.
Make my coffee. Peasant. How do y'all make your man do stuff like that? Hey, get over here.
I'm pretty sure they don't start off with peasant. Maybe that's a star.
And who did I get it from?
You.
He said, do we have Cinnamon Toast Crunch Creamer? I say yes. He said, get up and make me some iced coffee, you peasant. Didn't he?
Not true. You
Didn't he?
manifested.
Whose
It's
side
like
you on?
how I cheat on you in your freaking dreams. And get up and get yelled at for it.
Look at my dog scooting her tail.
Wipe your butt. You little nasty heifer. That's why you ain't out the streets now. Don't know how to act.
No, girls, listen, man. Oh my gosh, she really did. Look at that skin mark.
Now, I don't know what that last bit was about, but I feel like she was just trying to distract from what Nathan was saying because it was going on and then like talking about how she was calling people nasty heifers and stuff like that. So I feel like she just wanted to shut that conversation down real quick. But now this is what started happening afterwards because obviously she really was obsessing about this. And I was so confused because I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? She's talking about Acorn accounts because an Acorn, now everyone's saying she was talking about OnlyFans because later on she did apparently go not lie, but on her story and was like, you know, it's code for OnlyFans, which I don't know why you wouldn't just say Acorn account instead of Acorn account because Acorn is a fucking legit thing. So Acorn is like one of those rounded up to the nearest dollars. So say you go and buy a coffee and it's like $3.95, the extra 5 cents would go into a savings account. So I was like, what the fuck? Why are you so upset about this? Like, people send these referrals. But at the same time, like, let's think about, like, OnlyFans. Like, I'm not even a man or a woman on my account. Like, I'm just, like, a gossip account. And I still have, like, someone sending... I probably get, like, 3 a week. People are like, check out my OnlyFans. Like, let's go flirt here. And, like, group messages and shit like that. So... I don't know if it was either just going to happen anyway because that's how people promote their OnlyFans or if it was like, ooh, I can really get a rise out of Julia, I'm going to do that. And like the thing these girls don't realize, like, oh my God, it must be someone from the hate page. They don't realize that these are their own followers that are watching this that are like, ooh, this will be fun. But here's the clip anyway.
Tell y'all a funny story. One of the girls who found Nathan's account or whatever sent her Acorns account. No savings, certainly not for the saved. Saying it'll be fun. Disrespectfully, babe, people thought the Squid Games were going to be fun too. And we see how that went. So, do with that info what you will.
Right. So, for starters, like... Terry Ann, is it, that has the OnlyFans, the stripper with no teeth, that, I'll just leave that there because I don't want to be nasty, but Terry Ann is, like, their best friend too, so it's kind of weird to, like, be like, you know, not the savings or for the saved, like, what are you saying? Are you saying your best friend's going to hell because she got naked on the internet? Like, what the fuck is that? But like I said, like, people are like, oh my God, like, I'd be annoyed too. Sure thing, you know, people would be annoyed and I understand it, but you can't just assume that they are just like, you know, girls that want Nathan. Like, I don't actually think that's the thing. Like, I'd love to think that for him, but I don't really think that's what it's about. I think it's more about annoying Julia, or it's just an OnlyFans account that's been sent out because they've sent it to like a million different people. It's just what they do. But I'll just read some of the comments. One person's like, I mean, I'd be pissed about that one too. Like, whatever, follow him. But when you go sending your porn, no, honey, we have a problem. I mean, me and my husband would just laugh about it, but it's disrespectful to shoot your shot to someone that's clearly taken. Next one's, no grown woman in a stable relationship would ever post about this nonsense. And that's true. Like, I don't know why. If you've got an issue with it, like, talk to your husband about it. But the more you're posting about it, the more likely it is that someone's going to continue this. Like, now, he's probably going to get like 10 OnlyFans accounts, you know? Someone said, from what I saw after this, she said acorns meant because it rhymes with porn and didn't want to get flagged. So I'm assuming OnlyFans account, which we've worked out now. Don't know why you wouldn't say corn instead of acorns, because acorn's actually a thing. But anyway, at first I seen these posts and I thought it wasn't a big deal and she was joking, but damn, she is pressed. Seems like there's definitely some trouble in that relationship, the way she's constantly posting about him not getting her a ring yet, and now this mad about people adding him. I wonder if he's cheated before, or if she's just insecure and controlling. Either way, I feel like she's been acting out of her social media character. I definitely think she's been acting out of a social media character as well. Like, compared to what she usually is, like, she's usually, like, wholesome and funny, and now she's, like just borderline bitchy. Like, usually she's, like, bitchy in comments or, like, you know, tries to be a little bit funny. But I feel like this has gone on a little while now. Like, I get it, like, post about it, but the more you post about it, the more people are going to, like, think that they can have fun with it, if that makes sense. Someone said, disrespectfully, babe, no one is afraid of you. Lol. Next person, if anyone wants to follow my man, I'll drop his @ right now. Follow him, send him your acorns. I don't give a fuck. He's not my property, he's my partner. We good over here. Someone said, I now see why her and Juliana are good friends. Girl, no one wants your man. These people pay for you to live. I'm sure they're just being nosy. He's not that attractive. And that's in capital letters. So they're not saying, like, he's not attractive. They're saying he's not that attractive that, you know, they're going to try and steal him. Next one's like, the only requests and messages my husband has are slutty bots and rando cam and OnlyFans girls. Get over it. And it's true because, like, everybody gets them. Like, I get them and, like, people are like, want to see my puss? And I'm like, clearly, like, I'm married with kids on even my personal one. Like, why would I want to see that? You know? And, like, this account, I get heaps on this account. So I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's expected. But I feel like after she got mad about people adding, that's when that drama started. Someone said she's desperate. Next person, tell me you're insecure in your relationship without telling me you're insecure. And next one, wow, she's starting to sound insecure even to me. Someone wrote, Julia, sweetie, your insecurities are showing. Don't get me wrong. Yes, be bothered. It's okay. It's normal. But acting the way you are on this clip is just fueling the fire, which is so true. Chances are people followed Nate and are doing these things to bother you. You're just letting them know it's working because you can say you're joking all you want, but your tone in your face says otherwise. So, I mean, people all think the same thing here, but let me just find this TikTok clip because there was another, this is like, oh man, there's another TikTok clip that I want to find that she also posted about the same thing.
And by the way, I have a question, and don't fight me because I know how you girls like to tussle.
Now, I know you can't see it, and so it's kind of like pointless, but it's basically Julia just like talking along to this TikTok, and up the top it says, me asking girly pops that don't even talk to me what they plan to gain from following my man. So this is on her TikTok, so it's going on for a little bit now. But now let's read some of the comments. So someone's like, let it go, then cringe, and then one of the people that was defending her originally saying like, I'd be pissed too, was like, seriously, when I saw this, I was like, okay, now it's a little too much. Laugh my ass off. Then someone said, I can't be the only one that requested to follow him after all this just to drive her batshit. Someone said, this screams insecure, and then next one, she's not insecure at all. So there was another one, and I can't actually find it, but basically it was like on her live saying, you know, everyone's like, it's a new day, time to let it go. She's like, but I know I need to let it go, but today is not the day. So that's all I have for today's podcast. I know that it is a much shorter podcast than what you guys are used to, and there is going to be a couple of those that are coming up. I wanted to do one on, you know, Sierra and the Halloween chocolate, and of course Brittany, who was saying those horrible things to the pregnant woman or the lady that had actually had a miscarriage just a few days ago, and I just felt like they needed their own video, not to be like compiled into one, because you know, people will speak out about it on their pages and they just get blocked and silenced. And so I feel like it just needs to be floating around the internet so that people can make an informed decision whether or not, you know, Brittany is someone that they really want to follow or idolize, if that makes any sense. But anyway, you guys can probably hear it is pouring down rain in the background. So I'm going to pop off and I'll catch you guys on TWT 5.0 now. Bye.